going to finish up by talking about biconditional statements. And you guys might recognize this prefix. Bi means two. So biconditionals are going to work two ways, which is going to have a cool symbol here in just a second. All right, so I'm going to read you a scenario, and then I'm going to show you how to make a biconditional. So Amy is the starting pitcher for her high school softball team. If she is elected by the district coaches, she will make the all-star team. If she makes the all-star team, then she has been selected by the district coaches. So they have created a hypothesis and a conclusion for us to use. So the hypothesis is going to be Amy is elected by district coaches, and the conclusion is going to be Amy makes the all-star team. All right, check this out. Here is the original statement in if-then form about Amy. If Amy is elected by district coaches, then she makes the all-star team. This was P, this was Q. Now, underneath it is Q arrow P, which we just talked about is the converse of the original. So what's happened is, this time it's flipped around and says, if Amy made the all-star team, then she was elected by district coaches. Now, according to that paragraph, both of these statements are true because they told us those in the paragraph. So if your original statement is true, and your converse is true, then you can put them together in what's called a biconditional, which means two things are true. So it says in this case, both the conditional and converse are true. The conjunction of the two statements is called a biconditional. And that means that they're both true. Using the above scenario, a biconditional statement can be written as followed. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the original if-then statement. So go up to the top one. I would like you to cross out the if, and I would like you to cross out the then. And in the middle of this statement, we are going to add the words if and only if. And that is going to be what turns it into a biconditional. Okay, so here's what it would sound like without the if-then. Amy is elected by district coaches if and only if she makes the all-star team. So if and only if is going to be what you use when you want to make something a biconditional. And you can make a biconditional as long as the original is true and the converse is true. Now, mathematicians are kind of lazy sometimes, so they like symbols. So we get a symbol for this, which is kind of cool. You can do IFF, like if. That stands for if and only if, and it is an understood shortcut for this. So if you're so lazy that you can't write out if and only if, feel free to use IFF, and that will be valid. And it's understood in the math world as if and only if. Now the symbol that we're going to use for a biconditional, this was supposed to say is, the symbol is P double arrow Q. Cool, huh? Because it's got an arrow going frontwards and an arrow going backwards. So what this demonstrates is my original is true, P to Q, but my converse is true also, Q to P. So that double arrow signifies that they both work. So that is how you form a biconditional statement.